too far over. Don't do that. Okay. Okay. What is going on, guys? And today I'm doing some circle practice at the lot with Mr. Tommy Picklez. So I'm gonna go over today how I learned how to circle, what things helped me, how to kind of do it on a Supermoto versus a sport bike. It's one of my favorite tricks to do. It's probably the thing that I work on the most. I like the technicality of it, and it's been my favorite part of stunt riding so far. Honestly, I really enjoy the tight-knit technical slow work. So Tommy, he was the person who taught me how to circle. I learned a lot from him. He had one of these bikes when I first moved out here. He really helped me learn and gave me the gist of what I should be doing to learn how to circle one of these things. Still learning. I'm still trying to figure it out, you know what I mean? I've gotten pretty consistent doing circles with my foot down. I just recently have been able to kind of get them with my foot up, clutching up from a dead stop, but I haven't had my street tires on in like 2.5-ish weeks, so I'm definitely trying to get used to, here he comes, I'm just trying to get used to the balance again. But yeah, we're gonna kind of go over some things on how I learned and how he taught me. Yeah, the one hand. Yeah, okay. First of all, when I was learning how to do circles, him and our buddy Paul literally stood, there was a wall in front of me. One of them was to the right, one of them to the left, to kind of make like a C shape. And they said, either turn the bike or you hit one of us. Wheeling at something solid like a warehouse or a wall really helped me learn how to get the bike up to 12. And realistically, on the Supermotos, you need to be a little bit farther back past 12 to kind of get it to turn, just because the balance point can be a little bit deeper depending on the bike. Learning how to go towards a wall and get it to turn before you essentially, wreck is a really good way to learn that immediate, like, okay, I need to get it this far back. A lot of Supermotos and dirt bikes, you have to use a lot of clutch work when you're in circles, and if you're not really used to feathering the clutch and essentially using it like a second throttle, circles might be a little bit tougher. So what I practiced a lot was coasters before, just kind of getting used to holding that bike and letting it come down to where it'll want to come farther back and dip and whatnot. I like to break things down and really learn one thing at a time and apply that skill to each area. Definitely learn some coasters if you're not comfortable using your clutch. It'll definitely help you when you're trying to circle one of these, especially, my bike, or a lot of Supermotos and dirt bikes, essentially. So the three main things that really helped me learn were coasters, wheeling at a straight wall or a solid object, and with my foot down, honestly, getting that up to 12 and then putting it down just like that. Just kind of getting used to, like he was saying, pointing out that line, getting it up and getting it past to get started to turn before a certain point, and pulling it in. And even if you're not used to that, just get used to popping it up and getting it to where you can float it. So what you want to do is pop up, pull the clutch in, and kind of drag it, coasting. And then once you get past 12, now I'm not on the clutch, now I'm on the clutch. Not on the clutch, on the clutch. So when you get too far past balance point is when you want to feather the clutch, because you don't want the bike to stall, which is, in this case, a little bit deeper on a Supermoto. You want to save it from stalling. So clutch work is really, really important. You can do it on any bike, but it's really, really important on this bike. And on dirt bikes, 450s, clutch work is really key. Now, some people learn how to circle, they get the turns, they learn how to pick their foot up. Your body position is much different when your foot is down versus when it's up. You're a lot farther back on the bike, so you can actually reach the ground. Kind of have to scooch back a little bit more. Whereas when you're circling with your foot up, you want the tank to your chest, basically. I'm pulling the bars to my chest right now. I'm turning them, I'm pulling to my chest, and I'm pushing the bike in towards my shoulder, which is what initiates my dip. Now, if I don't do that, which I'm not going to right here, I'm fighting it, you know what I mean, and I'm not exactly where I need to be, my chest is up. So really focus on pulling the bars to your chest and pushing them inward. And you know, some people completely lock their bars to the right. I'm definitely turning mine. Some people just kind of slightly turn them, whatever, but definitely turn and push. Like, see how I'm pushing the bike right now with this motion with my right hand? That's what you want to do in a circle, basically, and it's going to turn it.
Yeah, we're trying to get in.
Yeah. So he's feathering the clutch, if you can see it, like a little bit more. The 450s, you don't have to do it as much just because they have the power. The 250s, you don't really have that much oomph. You really have to like kind of do it like a Grom. Okay. Hey, all right.
That's like perfect for a circle video.
Right?
I wonder how close I can get.
Oh my god. Do it again. I just want to see if he nails this or not. Yeah. The 450s have the power that the Groms and like the 250s don't have.
We're doing it over here with the parking spaces.
Yeah. So he's got a marker and he's turning the bike before that mark, and if he doesn't, he puts it down and comes back and tries it again, which is a really good exercise that helps me, and again, something that he taught me. You also need to stall the bike and jump off of it. And then staying within that parking spot is when you're in the dip. So now he's like really in that circle, and that's the difference, like the angle, I guess. So when you're angled more, you're more in the dip. When you're angled straight, that's more of a recon circle, which he's still feathering the clutch just as much, but he has the power to make up for it versus a Grom or a 250, which doesn't. So you really have to like stay in the throttle, versus this, you can just kind of be steady on it and it'll make up for it. And then eventually you can just lay off the clutch, but you can do that pretty much on any bike. But the more power you have, it's a lot nicer because it makes up for what you don't have on something that's a little smaller. So I'm riding the clutch like crazy right here, and now I'm on and off, kind of just letting the bike pull. And I set the idle up a little bit higher so it helps. That's a good thing to have. It's a nice thing to kind of give you that drag versus a stock idle where you have to feather the clutch a lot more. Tommy's really good at getting the wide circles. I don't know how he does it. And it's crazy to me. I'm gonna try. I'm still figuring this out to do feet up. I can get them every so often, but not every single time. So it's something new. It's something I'm still kind of working on. It's fun circling these things, man. I don't know. I like getting into that fast dip. It's like a huge rush of adrenaline, because you're basically like purposely looping the bike. You're on the angle instead of the center of the tire. Riding, it's crazy. I don't know. It's a crazy feeling. Oh, don't do that.
The way I learned stand-up and sit-down circles is you clutch up right to that. Like clutch up and then pull your clutch. And like just from there you can like rotate out the circle.
How do you do the recon circles versus the dip circles? Because you can do both of them.
It's like, it's almost throttle input. It's a lot like drifting, where like the amount of throttle you're putting in is kind of changing how it's reacting. So if I'm doing it tight, I'm like at a really steep lean angle.
Like the angle on the tire. Yeah.
And if I'm recon, I'm just a little higher and I'm kind of like chugging along.
Yeah.
You have to, on that, you're dragging the clutch. On this, you're clutching in, clutching out a lot more. Oh. She's not happy right now.
Nope. Spicy. Yeah.
Like right to that.
I'm gonna get him though. I want to get nasty with it. My buddy in New York, his name is Mo, Rev Limiter Mo. He's dope. He's a really cool guy, but he has a 250 and he circles one of these things like nobody's business, dude. He's crazy with it. So, ooh, no foot. Oh no. Oh, god damn it. Mo's nasty with it. Mo is so nasty with it. He can just sit there and do like crazy, like 8 or 9, I don't even know how many, but he's crazy and he's fast and he's leaned over, and like that's the level I'm trying to get to with these sit down circles, because I think they're fun, I think they're challenging, I think there's no really limit. You can just improve. It's like a top, like spinning on a top. Shout out Tommy for putting that circle bug in my head. If it wasn't for him, I probably never would have figured this out. Circle go. Tommy, circle dojo.
You have to learn that shit. You always have to learn that clutch to brake before you learn circling.
It almost Throw yourself over once or twice. Yep. Try and get some feet up. So tough. Oh no. Okay, so right there I needed to pull the clutch in a little bit more and then gas out of it. I had the clutch out way too far when I should have been feathering it. You're really working the clutch, riding it a lot on the 250s, and on the smaller bike. On the bigger bikes you can really just kind of like pull in and out and give it that play. Oh my, second gear. Oh, okay. Nope. When I get flustered, I like to go back to the basics and just put my foot down and kind of get the feeling of the drag, and where, like right now I'm a little too far over in the lean, but that's just getting it to that balance point. One more time. That was terrible. That was like really bad. There we go. There we go. That was better. That was a good one to end on. Break time. So now I'm gonna try it with my feet up. And it's hard for me to talk about this because I'm still learning. This is just what I've been learning. So yeah. Oh no. Oh man, this has like been such a challenge for me. You guys have no idea. You have no idea. Ugh. Back to the beginning. It's nice dip. So see what I mean? Like the body position is a little bit different, and it's a little bit easier to circle with your foot down because you have your foot to kind of plant when you lose your balance, and kind of help you push the bike straight back to where it needs to be, versus with both of your feet up, you're really just using your body and balancing with your hips, and it's a lot. You're basically wrestling the bike. So I'm not in the right position. I'm not far enough back either. I'm not really trusting myself. That's another big key issue that I've always had, is sometimes I overthink when I don't trust myself to let the bike drop back, which is partially it's balance and partially it's not trusting. So trust yourself. Tell yourself you can do it because you've done it before. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I'm really using my upper body a lot. Like I am really like chest day for real. I'm really fighting like to find my balance again. I'm going back and forth like this with the bike. In a circle, you're at an angle and you're trying to stay in that angle, and you need to keep momentum. And when you run out of momentum, that's basically when you fall. You have to use a lot of clutch in, clutch out. It's really important to keep your momentum. It's really important to be mindful of your clutch work, and it's really important to get balance right when you're doing it. There's a lot that goes into a circle. Still learning every single day. Clutch work, momentum, and wheeling towards something solid is really important. Getting it up to that 12 and letting it dip, and learning how to catch it with the throttle. In a sense, use the clutch like a second throttle. If you don't get the turn before a specific point, just don't do it. Put the bike down and try again. Trying to fight it into a circle and chasing it out, at least for me, has always been kind of tough. So if you don't get the turn immediately, just put it down and try again. Just my personal opinion. Oh, that was a good one. far enough back.
Throttle is always the answer.
I'm gonna do it.
Too much throttle, pulling the clutch and grabbing the brake. Got that, did you?
Thank you. These are tough. These are really, really tough. That's better. One more. That was all right. I noticed like when I'm too far over, if I just gas it, it spins it really fast. But I'm also I don't know how to get out of it. Like I'm in the lean, but I don't know how to come back out of it.
Throttle brings you, so like throttle brings stability. Yeah, it'll ride the throttle, and then the more you give it, it'll stand it up.
Yes, yes, and that, so you've seen it where people
Look at the balance of the smooth and steady. The more gas, it'll spin faster, yes, but it'll also cause it to stand. The less throttle you have, it'll bring the nose down. So
Okay.
it's a balance between the two on a
I always do it like this where it's like nose,
It's a
ass,
whoa,
nose,
whoa,
ass,
whoa,
nose,
whoa.
ass, nose,
It's
ass.
like a
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed my little circle tutorial. I know I'm still learning. I just hope that I was able to, you know, give you guys some tips that helped me and some things that really helped me start this journey. I've been trying to learn circles for about 1.5 years, getting to the point where I can confidently try to pick up my foot in circles. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I appreciate all the love always. So, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all the love always. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.